Greetings, loved ones. Today we're going to talk about why abusers isolate their victims. This is an interesting topic that we need to really put some attention to. So to help keep these messages out, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a single one. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and hit the like button. And please share these messages with others because you never know, in doing so, you could save a life. Over the weeks and the months and the years, victims of domestic abuse tend to see most of their important relationships fall by the wayside. They become increasingly isolated from friends and family until one day, seemingly out of the blue, they find themselves on an island with few, if any, close human connections outside of their immediate nuclear family. Abusers are really happy to use the carrot or the stick to achieve this result. They're especially happy if their victims believe that their increasing separation from friends and family is their own choice or their own fault. But it's the abusers pulling the strings, the abusers prompting the separation to come to pass. The reason why abusers isolate their victims from friends and families is that abuse is about control, and victims are more easily controlled in mind and body when they don't have trusted confidence to turn to. Quite aside from threats and intimidation and other adversive strategies, control is predicated upon the belief in the controllee that the controller's worldview represents objective reality. In a closed system, this trick is more easily accomplished since in a closed system there aren't any dissenting voices to present alternative points of view. The abuser's word becomes law, as it were, and this law acts as the foundation upon which an unhealthy, dysfunctional state of affairs can be passed off as a healthy and functional relationship. Abusive behavior becomes normal behavior, and the victim falls further and further under the abuser's thumb. The last thing an aggressor wants is concerned, caring people in the victim's corner. People who know the difference between healthy and unhealthy family environments might muck up the desired abusive state of affairs by calling a spade, by casting doubt upon the supposed objective veracity of the abuser's dictates and worldviews. So again, the best way to assure that control is maintained is to simply cut off all those relationships, and that's what the isolation of a victim of abuse experience is all about. Everything is about power and control. The abuser will do everything he can to convince his partner that nobody will help her. He is the only one who loves her, and without him she cannot survive. She will stop talking to or visiting people she cares about because she knows if she does, he will become angry. And if he becomes angry, he'll be violent. She will believe the violence will be her fault. And so to avoid making him angry, she will back away. When I was a victim of domestic violence, it was the same. I was not allowed to talk to anyone on the phone while he was there. We were supposed to spend time together, he would say. I was not allowed to have people over. If I was on the phone with my mother and saw him coming into the house, I would quickly hang up to avoid a violent episode. I remember one time his brother and sister-in-law came for dinner. He was late coming home and entered the kitchen as we were finishing, and he threw them all out of the house, and well, that was not a good night for me. I couldn't visit people either. I owned my own accounting business, and if I put on professional clothes and makeup to go see a client, he would accuse me of having an affair with the client. I made sure I saw clients when he wasn't around and limited how much I saw them to avoid his anger. I also made sure I was in hangout clothes without makeup when he got home. Does any of this sound familiar to you? Do you know someone who hangs up quickly because their partner is coming home? Are there episodes of anger about visitors? Has someone you know stopped visiting or calling for no reason? If you do, check it out. You can be the person who saves a life. You are called, we are all called to be champions for justice. And those who suffer violence need to know that those who love them and those who don't even know them will step out and reach out to them to give them the courage and the help they need to leave before it's too late. The question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence. The question before God is, what will you do when you do encounter them? If you recognize this information and are a victim of violence, know this. There is a way out. You are valued. You are loved. You are intelligent. You are beautiful. God does not want you to suffer violence. He wants you to live free from violence in peace and tranquility. And there is a way out. Abuse is not love. And if you're a victim of violence and or find yourself in a dangerous situation, call 911 for help. But apart from this, reach out to somebody. Tell somebody about what's going on. This series is dedicated in honor of Gabby Petito, a bright young woman whom the world has lost because of gender violence. It's important to get these messages out. People need to learn how to identify violence and how to intervene. And people who are in a situation of violence need to know how to leave. So get these messages out. Please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a single one. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the like button and please share these messages with others because you never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the link between violence and isolation. Until then, God bless you.